Afternoon, folks. Real Deal Neil here, and I'm back. As I said before, I was taking on a bit of a challenge to step back from social media, step back from my videos, just sort of go within, keep my circle small, talk to the people I trust, evaluate my present, plan my future, those sorts of things, which I'm always suggesting is a good idea, right? So if I don't do that myself, then chances are that I'm planning to fail, which I am not doing. And you shouldn't either. And so, a quick story today about your greatness within. And it's a personal story because I can't stop and won't stop telling my story. So, as I had said to you in my keynote, Success by Mistake, Failure Off Purpose. In that keynote, I made reference to a period in my life where my mom had had enough of me. And she gave me a choice either to join the military or get out of her house. Either way, I got out of her house. So she got what she wanted and what she needed at the time, and I joined the military. And I stayed in the military for 4 years as a military service equipment operator, R935, and I achieved the rank of corporal. And oddly enough, the present Deputy Attorney General here in my province of New Brunswick was the colonel who pinned my corporal stripes on me in the field on that day. And he was also the Deputy Attorney General who handed me my bar admissions documentation in the summer of 2019 when I became a lawyer again. So I thought that was sort of a funny irony, but also quite exciting. My point, almost 20 years ago, when I was a corporal and I was trying to become an officer at the time, and I had to get the permission of my warrant officer and my sergeant, both of whom thought I was quite a joke at the time, I'm sure. And I think they might have even said it to me. And my LT, who became a very close friend of mine, may have also said it to me. Maybe I was kind of funny when I was in the military. Bottom line was I wasn't so serious, but the military did change my life. And in that period where I had made a request to become a lieutenant, my sergeant challenged me. He said, "All right, you got 2 months, Clements. Show me what kind of corporal you can be." And in those 2 months, I took I did a complete 180 in my attitude about the military and my place within it. And he said, for 2 months, you need to become Corporal Clements. And for those 2 months, I was Corporal Clements. I was no longer party guy. I was no longer having fun with my brotherhood. Ooh, yeah, you know who you are. And I took it upon myself to really raise my bar. And an ironic twist on that, getting back to the greatness within, we've all got it in us. It's just an opportunity to recognize it. And sometimes we need to be reminded. So today, 20 years later, I was speaking to a friend of mine who maintained their career in the military, and they're still in. And they reminded me of a time when I took them aside and reminded them of the greatness in them, and that the actions that I had been observing, right, because I was a corporal, they were a private, and the actions that I had been observing them take were not really at all impressing me. So I took that private aside and I gave them the what for, not just because I was being super corporal for 2 months, but because I actually cared about that person. And they reminded me about that today and thanked me. I think unless it was a typo, the reference was "you solved me." And I gotta tell you, that blew me away because it's been the last week or so I've been away from everything. It's been kind of tough because I want to be on top of things, and I'd been sort of building to this video and deciding, what's going to be my message. Well, the message was given to me today. It was a reminder to me that even back then, when I was not on purpose, I was still taking some actions towards my purpose, although not consistently on the positive success curve of the slight edge. I was hop skipping back and forth. But on that day, I was able to touch that person and make them think, he's making a point there. I should probably listen, right? And that's my message for today. Reach back into any point in your time where you felt that things were just great, really great, not just imaginary, right? And I've said before often when I need clarity and focus, I'll go to a place that's special to me, which is the rugby pitch that my team plays on, and I'll just stand there and I'll remember the opportunities for greatness that I had on that field with them, having won several championships with that team and being on the sidelines as the team won several championships if I wasn't playing. So I would use that place, that special space, to go back and realize and to relive those memories. All right, and they might be superficial memories because it's a sport and we did great things on the field, which changed what in the world? Nothing, except for our ability to understand that as individuals and as a team, we can come together and express our greatness in that simple way. It may not have been so simple on the day. So getting back to my first message, you have greatness within you, okay? I was reminded today by a really close friend, and you can, don't wait for those opportunities to be reminded. I mean, they're great. Everybody wants a pat on the back sometimes, but you don't need it. But for me today, it was an opportunity to refocus because I was coming back online anyway, and to have that conversation was positive. But to refocus and realize that we all make mistakes and we're going to make more. Murphy's Law says Murphy's going to show up and going to say hello to you, right? That's a fact, Jack. But we have to make a decision on how we're going to greet Murphy, right? When he comes. Now, as Jim Rohn says, it's not the wind. It's how we set our sails to that wind. So Murphy's the wind, and he's going to come back for you. Right? So it's up to you to decide how you're going to set the sails. And every now and again, it's always great to have a reminder that you can do it. I'm suggesting that we go get what's ours, leave the past where it is, right? It's there for a reason, to provide you with context so that you can make the simple decisions to have the success that you want in your life, and understand that you have had success in your life in the past and that you can now have it in the future. Make it a great day, folks, and do choose to win.